All right, welcome everyone. Good to be here with you today. Exciting and really great day for us in recruiting, I believe. I'm really pleased and appreciate the hard work of our assistant coaches and the way they've been around the country and have recruited and finished off really in this last week. I believe it's one of our better recruiting classes that we've had through the years. Hard to compare when you're looking at 15 years of doing it. But I feel this ranks up there probably with any of them with what we know coming out of high school and some of the junior college guys. Obviously, when you look at, always the strength of our recruiting class will be Oklahoma and Texas. There's 11 guys there. But then we have players from, I believe, 8 or 9 different states after that. So there was a lot of running around and a lot of hustle by the assistants getting all over the country, crisscrossing the country. I myself many times crisscrossing the country, but we are one of those national brands, and we always have strong and excellent interest from players around the country, and our coaches did a great job of connecting with these different guys from different states and being able to finish it and sign them here today. I think there's 16 on offense, 10 on defense so far, and where we're at. The biggest needs we had were at defensive back, where our numbers were definitely low a year ago, and we signed 5 guys, all that are really good players. Stephen Parker was a big get, of course, right here in state, is a difference maker in the back end, especially in the middle of the field. Vontre McQueenie at safety with them. You got Tito Wyndham, Jordan Thomas at corners, and Marcus Green is a guy could play corner, could play safety, could play nickel. We love his versatility, his speed and size. And then offensive line, another huge need. We've got 3 tackles: Joseph Paul, Kenyon Friesen, and Orlando Brown here just in the last half hour. And then some inside guys, Alex Dalton, Jonathan Alvarez, and Natrell Curtis. Also, we were just thin in the last year in our offensive line, plus we're losing 5 offensive linemen next year, so that was a big deal for us. And then, we've got big receivers. You've got some excellent size outside. And then Micaiah Quick, inside slot receiver, is another big play guy that you could throw screens to that turn into big plays. And outside guys, with their size, you hope to get some mismatches. Let's see, you've got a couple of tight ends, Isaac Igelana, who's already here, and Carson Meyer from over in Tulsa that's at Union. That's, again, an excellent player, fits our mold at tight end, a guy that can block, physical, tough, but has great hands too. And Isaac's that way as well. Dimitri Flowers, a hybrid H-back, fullback, a guy that reminds us very much of Trey Millard. That's a huge compliment to him. He's the first guy in about 4 years that we have said that about. Joe Mixon, Samaji Perrine, 2 very physical, tough backs. Joe is a guy that, though he's 6'2", 215, physical, running style, tough. He's very elusive and really smooth out in space, catching the football. Samaji's just an incredibly physical, already 235 or 40 pounds. He was here just a week or 2 ago. You thought he was a junior in college. Just really a strong physical player. Justice Hansen, already here on campus, is a guy that we love, his athleticism. He's already about 220, 6'3". He's got excellent strength, but again, more than anything, has a great arm. We love the way he passes the ball. Moving to defense, linebackers, Curtis Bolton, Tay Evans, Devontae Bond. Curtis and Tay are more inside linebackers, Mike and Will. Devontae's a Sam Jack for bigger guy, outside backer to line up against tight ends, but very athletic, excellent pass rusher. And then inside, Courtney Garnett, inside lineman, and Dwayne Orso, more of a 4 technique to line up over tackles. Dwayne's a big, long guy, excellent size, and Courtney as well. So anyway, I'm very pleased with the overall class, and still possibly waiting on another guy. So from there, I'll just open it up for questions.
Bob, even after the Sugar Bowl, you were very confident you finished with a really good class, and you pick up Mixon, was it the next day? And then you turn guys like Jordan Thomas, Courtney was out there for you to get Garnett, and you turned Brown here at the end. Is this one of the most special closes you've had for the recruiting class?
You know, it's always kind of hard to remember all of them when you get to the end. But I would say definitely ahead of the Sugar Bowl, we were on track. We were on a lot of great players. We had some great commitments already. Definitely in the month after that, that momentum had a strong and positive impact on us finishing out, I think, and getting these guys in the last few weeks. But again, it isn't just a game. Assistant coaches did an excellent job. Hopefully I had a little bit to do with it and how we were all working with them and, and finished in a really strong way.
You talked about, I think it's at least 9 states now, 4 different time zones you brought in players from. You talked about the brand. You see that becoming more the norm? Or you just
Well, I don't recall a time when I've been here that we haven't had guys from many states, right? I'm just guessing here. I'm not the best at keeping track at that, but we've had maybe not this many, but we've always had, I think, 5 or so 6 states in where we recruit. And when people call you, send you information, or we search out the top 10, 15, 20 players at a certain position, and they have a strong interest, you follow up with it. And we've been able to connect, with these guys, and it's worked out with them coming here. And we've, for instance, not just California, when you look at the success the players from California have had here, I think it makes a difference. Players recognize that, and recognize the opportunity as a positive one.
Last year, you got asked a lot of questions because I guess to say you scrambled, that's probably not accurate, but you were finding a lot of guys late in the process, JUCOs and things, to bring in to fill out your class. What was different about this year that allowed you kind of to get ahead of things, and then, as I said, talk about before game momentum?
Every year is different. Yeah, every year is different. It's just how it worked out this year. And I didn't know that that was the case last year. At the end of the day, we had a good recruiting year a year ago, and a lot of times you don't see it just yet, just like some other years we've been, so I don't know that it is different. We'll see how these guys do as well as the guys from a year ago. But, it's just, we've had, it's the same thing. Anyway, so we'll see where it goes.
Let me ask you, just in terms of how it's changed in just a year's time. I mean, you're doing social media now with the Boom stuff. I mean, you've got more personnel working on recruiting in your offices. How much ground, I guess, have you made up in terms of that kind of being the standard now?
Well, I don't know about ground being made up as much as it's still connecting with players, and maybe that's it, that we are able to connect more and quicker and in their junior years and all faster, and we've done a better job maybe of connecting younger and then building on that overall.
What about the job the kids do themselves in recruiting? You see Joe Mixon go out there and just hit everyone up on Twitter, possible recruits. Just the work that they put in.
No doubt. Players recruit players, and Joe did an awesome job of connecting with a great number of players and guys he either knew or didn't know. He got to know, and there's so much more that I think with the All-Star games, they're familiar with each other. So there's more of that happening, and I believe players on your team, also that maybe from the same school or they have a connection with, I think always makes a positive difference too.
You've never recruited a wide receiver class with this much height in it. That's pretty rare. Did you talk about that? I know it just fell in your, maybe it just fell that way, but that's pretty incredible to get 3 guys over 6'5".
Yeah, they're all, strong physical guys. I don't know that Dallas is 6'5" or over 6'5". Dallas is more 6'4". He says he's 6'5"? Well, and maybe he is then. I don't. He had a hat on when I saw him, so he looked it. But anyway, those guys are excellent athletes with the size. We love the way they play, and I think Micaiah is a great complement to them inside. To be able to do so many things that we like in that inside slot receiver.
Kerry mentioned your insight going into the Sugar Bowl. I think Stephen Parker said yesterday that game helped him decide that your outcome in that game. And of course, Mixon said it, a couple other guys said it. If they hadn't won that game, I might be going somewhere else. Does that surprise you at all that guys are making a life decision based on how your team does in one game?
They said it might have. You don't know that they wouldn't have made the same decision. So I don't know how to speculate that. I really don't. I just they might have and they might not have. So.
Justice
Alabama did okay, and they didn't win the game. So, yeah. So anyway, it isn't always the end all for sure.
Justice Hansen has put up a lot of numbers passing, but I was wondering if you could talk to how he fits in with what you guys are doing now offensively.
Yeah, when we recruit a quarterback, first and foremost, we want him to be a great passer, and Justice is that. But then you look at him; he can run. We've watched his athleticism and how he. He got hurt some this year, but when he's been out there, you see it, and we see it here, just working out, doing the things he's doing. He's an excellent athlete and a strong athlete to go with that with his arm.
Orlando Brown broke while we were waiting for you over here. How did that fall into place for you?
Well, it's just something Orlando and us and have. We're talking through the spring and summer, and he had a change of heart here in the last week, and so we got to talking, along with Coach Bedenbow, and he signed with us.
Courtney Garnett, supposedly he had been wavering, but
yeah, we had to work with Courtney through Tuesday night or through Monday night, and he called us then Tuesday morning and reconfirmed that he was set to be a Sooner. So Notre Dame was a factor.
what do you say to him? I mean, you just kind of reconfirm.
I don't need to give away, or talk about our personal conversations, but you sell your university and what you can, what the opportunity will be here.
How difficult is that as a coach to, when a kid commits to you, but he says, I still want to take this other visit, to just not, you didn't take a hardline approach, it paid off, but some coaches would. They'd say, you can't be committed here if you take that visit.
Well, I didn't like my chances if I said that. So you got to weigh your hand. You got to, if you're gonna, if you're gonna bluff, you better be ready to lose. So, you know how it is. You just sometimes you fold them, sometimes you stay with it.
The two New Orleans kids, were you able to have any contact with them during the week you were in New Orleans?
No. They did swing by and watch practice for a little bit when you guys were there, actually.
So just once, or
I think once.
they just watch? They just stand over on the side. You're not allowed to go over and shake hands. Or,
Right.
Wow. You feel like what you guys were doing, the stuff that was going on, and the people that they were talking to, you feel like that helped them, helped land them?
I don't know. I don't think it hurt. They got to watch us practice a little bit, but if you're not able to interact with them, I don't know how much it really helps.
I think Parker gets a lot of the attention among the three kids you could pull in from Tulsa, but the two guys from Union seem to have a lot of potential.
Oh, absolutely. We love those guys. I already talked a little Carson. Meyer at tight end is a guy that, just fits. All the really good tight ends we've had here, and tough guy, runs, he catches well, very athletic, excellent basketball player, all those things. So. And then Jeffrey Mead, same thing, a really tough matchup. And he's so smooth as such a long guy. A lot of times those long guys could be a little gangly. He's anything but that. He's excellent on the basketball court, how smooth he is. We love his route running, how he goes after the football. And so, we're excited about those guys, definitely.
Did you get a sense for how excited Bobby Joe Evans was to have his son coming back to Oklahoma and playing?
Yeah, Bobby was great, all along. And, Tay's an excellent athlete at linebacker. It reminds me, similar to Corey Nelson and how he moves and runs and smooth that way. So, yeah, it's neat. Bobby's been, very positive.
Doesn't hurt, I guess, when you go into somebody's house and they got their jersey hanging over the fireplace.
Oh, yeah, that's you like those visits. Those go pretty well. So.
How much of an impact did your new assistant coaches have in this class?
Oh, they had a positive impact. That's not what we do. We're really good at working as a team. It rarely is it one guy recruiting somebody. Coordinators jump in, or, for instance, several of these big guys, it'd be Coach Biedenbow and Coach Montgomery, and tag teaming or both together. So, they're excellent recruiters. But I feel though, our whole staff is that way. And I think all those guys work together. No one cares, is it this my guy or your guy? It's we team up pretty well in trying to help each other recruit.
You say it's a team game, but the job that Coach Gundy has done last year with Keith Ford, this year with Joe and Samaje, just talk a little bit about Coach Gundy and the work he's doing.
Cale does an awesome job of connecting with young people and parents, just in communicating with them. Building a trust and relationships with them, and then portraying what the opportunity is here. And so, definitely, Cal has done a fabulous job that way.
You pulled 4 guys out of SEC country, although Texas A&M probably claims, being in SEC country as well. How satisfying is that to be able to go down there and get guys out of?
Well, I mean, we love the guys we've got, and again, they fit what we're after in those positions, and it's satisfying to get them from anywhere. I don't care where they come from.
Anxious to see how your running back competition is in the spring, because you got all these new guys coming, plus some guys that are already here, just to see how that shakes out.
Yeah, always anxious to see new guys whenever anyone graduates or moves on. The new guys coming up. It's always exciting, fun to see who steps up and who's playing the best.
With Justice now on campus, and I know there's been some fluidity at the quarterback position with Kendall and the Blake situation. Could you just sort of reset that for us real quick?
Definitely with the positive momentum and how Trevor played throughout that game and coming off that, we want to try and build on that. Blake, that being the case, we're excited that even though he can graduate and could go somewhere else, wants to stay here and finish out and wants to try tight end. And I think it's a great fit. His dad's played 8 or 9 years in the NFL at tight end. Blake has the size, the athleticism, the speed to do that. He's exhibited his toughness through the years. So I think it'll be a great fit for him, and that's something we're looking forward to. He's already working on that, and something that we'll see in the spring. Kendall, we support Kendall. We love him here, but I told him we'll help him in every way. He's going to graduate and wants to pursue a different school, being that he's a year older than Trevor. And, so we support him in that, and Heck told him even to continue to use our facilities to stay in shape, and we want to help him. Cody Thomas is doing great. He had a great year. He is going to play baseball, which again I'm all for. He's a great baseball player, and I don't feel that'll hold him back in what we're doing. And then Justice is here working already. So that's how it'll we'll go into the spring.
Is Blake, you say he's going to try tight end? Is he just going to see if he can play it?
No, we anticipate him playing it, and I don't see why it'd be difficult for him.
Your backup job is open quarterback, I guess I would say.
Well, yeah. I mean, starting job's open too, right? I mean, you never know.
Will your approach with Cody be, whenever he's not doing football, he can do baseball, or will he have to miss out on some football stuff?
We'll see. We'll work it out with Coach Pete over there and how we need to do it that fits him the best. But hey, I'm all for God's given him that talent. He needs to use it, and he's a hard worker. He's had a great fall with us. He'll be okay.
Will Baker Mayfield be a walk-on here?
He is. I met him for the first time. We had a team meal last night, and he came up and introduced himself, and I said, you didn't even call me. I didn't know you were even coming. So he laughed about it, but he said he always wanted to be here, so we'll give him that opportunity. I should have said that too. I forgot about that part of it.
So you met him last night?
Yeah, for the first time. All right.
Okay.